Welcome back to UMass Sports Weekly. I'm here with Tim Dennehey and Marc St. Louis, and we're going to talk a little UMass men's soccer. What did you guys see this weekend out of UMass soccer? Obviously, they lost 2 games and 2 rough games. They started out the season 0-4, tough season. What did you see this weekend, Tim?
I saw improvement. That's what I saw. I mean, the first game they lost 5-1, then 4-1, then 2-0, then 1-0. So obviously it's getting better, and at this point of the season, I think that's really what you want, is just to see that improvement. And although we are 0-4, UMass is 0-4, I feel like at this point of the season, they are where they want to be, and that's something that the new coach, Coach Devin O'Neill, that's something that he commented on after the Cal Poly game. He did say that the attitude is good. The attitude is good, and I think after an 0-4 road loss, after that streak, I feel like having a good attitude on the team is going to go a long way.
Now, obviously, we have a new coach in Devin O'Neill, and us at UMass Sports Weekly, we would like to send out our condolences to Sam Koch, who was the former coach of UMass soccer, and he lost a 2-year battle to sinus cancer, and he passed away last year. So now there's a new coach for the Minutemen. And Marc, what do you think the impact will be having the new coach this year, and obviously maybe starting out a little slow after losing such a great coach in Sam Koch?
I mean, when you lose a guy who had the impact on UMass soccer that Sam Koch has, I mean, this guy, he's been the UMass head coach for soccer for 20 years. He brought him to 4 Atlantic 10 titles, 3 national trips to the NCAA tournament, and even a Final Four appearance against Ohio State, against one of the best teams in the nation that year. So losing a caliber quality coach like Sam Koch like that, it's definitely one of those things that really hits hard to home. He was like a father figure to this. UMass soccer team, and that is certainly no easy thing to replace. So I certainly expect UMass to struggle a little bit to begin the season. It's going to take some growing pains getting used to Devin O'Neill being the new assistant head coach. But like Tim was saying, I think this team is going in the right direction, because before we were seeing this UMass soccer team, they're not getting a lot of opportunities to score, and they're making a lot of work for their goalkeeper, Ryan Buckingham, who has not had a ton of experience so far in his career at UMass. But in their last 2 games, he hasn't had to make a lot of saves lately, so that means the defense is stepping up a little bit. They're tightening up, and they're trying to make it a little bit easier for their goalie and for them to win moving forward.
Okay, and as you said, Ryan Buckingham is the goaltender, a sophomore with not much experience, and maybe there are some players on this team without a ton of experience. Tim, what do you think are the weaknesses of this team, and why this team is struggling right now?
Their weeks, I think their defense needs to step up. I think they're way too much pressure on Buckingham. He did, like Marc said, he has not had that much experience. He is doing fantastic up to this point, but I feel like the defense really needs to step up. And even their midfielders, I feel like their midfielders need to step up. I feel like Mark Morris, he's a junior. He has been seeing a lot of times his freshman year. I really think that it's time for him to step up, be a leader, and really, get it up forward so they can get some more shots on goal.
Now, the team is 0-4, as we said, really struggling so far. Marc, who do you think there are some players that can really step up going forward for the team heading into the game against BU?
Again, as I was saying earlier, I think the player to look out for in this game against BU coming up on Saturday is going to be the goalkeeper, number 22, Ryan Buckingham. Even though he's only a sophomore, he has shown some poise and presence in the goal. I mean, he's had some pretty fantastic performances against teams like Cal Poly, where he made 3 saves. He has some pretty fantastic performances against UVU and San Jose State, where he made 7 and 6 saves, respectively. So I think if we continue to see Ryan Buckingham improve in the goal, it's going to go a long way for this UMass soccer team.
All right, Marc, and what do you think, Tim? Is there any player that you could see that could really step up, especially in this next game against BU?
Yeah, like I said, I think Mark Morris, junior midfielder, I think, like I said, he's been seeing a lot of time since freshman year. I think this is going to be his year where he really needs to step up, establish himself as a leader, and really show UMass what he's got.
Well, Devin O'Neill, coach of the UMass Minutemen, is going to be looking for one of these players to step up. Obviously, a tough start to the season. Very understandable after losing such a legendary head coach. But we're going to look for this team to really grow over the next couple weeks. A bunch of young players, just like Ryan Buckingham out in the net. So we're going to look for this team to improve, just like a bunch of the other young teams here on campus. But thank you guys for your insight for the team.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tim, and thanks, Marc. And that'll do it for us at UMass Sports Weekly. It was a great first show, a bunch of new faces and a bunch of old faces that came back, and we're ready to go for a great new year. Thank you guys. I'm Chris Corso, your host, and this is UMass Sports Weekly.